Hi you guys, I'm back. So in this video I will tell you my plastic surgery story. I get a lot of questions about plastic surgery, about the procedures which I did and my experience with it, because actually here in Germany, I made my story public, and there was a lot of TV channels who followed my story and my journey through the procedures. So people know that I've done a lot of work, so and they asked me about it, and I was thinking, let's make a video about it to tell what I did and my experience with it. But before I start, I just want to tell you, I'm an extreme form of plastic surgery, and this is not the normal way or the best way. You know, of course, a lot of you know that I'm a transsexual. You can watch my transitioning story where I tell about my life. And in this video, I also told about some, procedures what I did. But, there's a little bit more. At this time where I decided to make a lot of surgeries, I don't know what was in my mind. I just wanted to have everything, and I was like on the one. And I looked at other transsexuals in other countries, and they talked about procedures, and at this time I thought, I have to do the same things, to be happy, to be beautiful, to be accepted as a woman. I feel comfortable in my body now, but I'm still not happy. And you will think, oh my God, what is her problem? She is perfect. And this is what I want to tell you. If especially when you do a lot of stuff, you will be never satisfied. I experienced the same thing. You will always find something to correct, and this is why I stopped having surgery. First of all, because I don't want it to destroy my face, because you can't, if you when you look in the mirror, you don't see yourself, you see something different, and it's a little bit strange. And so till today I'm still not 100% happy with my body. I always find things, but I made a choice, and this choice was, to do not surgery again. There's just one surgery I want to do, and I will tell you that in the video, but I will never, change something big at my face again. The only thing which I do is, try to keep my skin young, fresh, and of course a little bit wrinkle free. But I made a cut, and of course, I reached a little bit what I wanted. But I just want to tell you, you will always find something. So think about it, and also a lot of times we think, we need this procedure to be happy, but that's a lie. A lot of times we also see our face different. We have these features already, but we think, we have to do it, and I also experience it. And so I just want to tell you, be careful and just try to go the safest way. So, let's start now. I just tell you from head to toe what I did. So, and how my experience was with it, and yeah, so let's start. The first thing what I did, I had a hairline lowering. I did it twice. I must say, I'm happy now with my hairline, but I think it could be a little bit more, but it was very difficult to find a good surgeon here in Germany. I think there are good surgeons out there who can make it a little bit better. So then I had a forehead reconstructed, where they, shape the bone and make the forehead flat, because I had a very, in my opinion, very ugly forehead, very masculine looking. So I always had to wear bangs at the time because it looked very masculine. And I must tell you, this was one of the most painful surgeries I had. It was my second surgery at that time, so, and I never had something done on my face before. So I have experienced that very painful, but now I'm very happy because I don't have to wear bangs, and I can wear my hair out of the face, and I think it looks really good. So I'm really happy with that. Then I had an eyelid surgery to make my eyes a little bit bigger. And then I had 3 nose jobs. The first one was a complete disaster. It was done together with the with my forehead, and he did my forehead very well, but my nose, I don't know what he made of out of this, but he totally destroyed it. He removed my complete nose tip, and I had a big scar here. And at the beginning she looked fine, but then after 6 months she started to change, and she started to look a little bit, uneven. So then he tried to fix it, and she looked okay, but I never was happy with it because she was also very, I would say she was a little bit too wide for me, and she didn't have form in it. So but then I left quite a while without, I did nothing to my nose, but then I did a third nose job, and he kind of made it the way I wanted. He also had to use, stuff from my ear to rebuild the tip. But the problem which I had after this surgery is that my nose was really, really small. You can see that on all videos of me, that my nose was, she was really small. And for me, she was a little bit too small, because especially on pictures, it looked a little bit, she looked really fake for me, and I wasn't so happy with it, but I just lived with that. And then in December last year, I started to have injections into my nose. I had silicone injections in my nose to, to make it the tip a little bit wider. And I'm really, really happy with that, because now she is fine for me. She looks perfect now. She's not too small, not too wide, and just perfect. What I also had, I had some implants. It's called it's Porex implants, and they have like an L shape, and they put it under my nose to make my nose a little bit, go up and a little bit wider. And yeah, so then I had cheek implants. The first one, I didn't see nothing. On the second one, it looked horrible. As some of you know, I had this last big surgery last year, and this cheek implants, first of all, he fooled me. He put cheek implants inside, which I didn't agree. It was a different shape from a different company, and I chose a totally different implant. So that was the reason why it looked so strange. He also put it in wrong. One was too high and one was too low, and it looked very ugly in my opinion. So I removed it after 3 months, and yeah, it was a little bit painful. So yeah, so I just want to warn you girls, cheek implants are a very difficult surgery. I would really recommend you to do injections. At the time, I was always thinking, I don't want to do injections, because I want to have something permanent. I don't want to have, go to a surgeons and have hyaluronic acid every 4 months. But now I find a better way, and the better way for me is microdoplet silicone 1000 injections, because your body films own tissues, and I'm really happy with my cheeks now. Yeah, I did my lips also with the silicone microdoplet technique. I must say, at the beginning I don't wanted to do my lips, but my surgeon told me, just do a little bit, you will see it different, and he was right. I'm very happy with my lips now. Because when I see old videos of me and now, there's a big difference, and I like my lips now more. They are fuller and you see them more. So, but I still have my my lip shape, and this is what I wanted. So I'm really happy with that. So then I shaved my chin a little bit, but you didn't see nothing. So then I had an ostomy. I don't know the exact English word, but they removed some of my chin, like some of the bone, and now it's shorter. And I also shaved my here the end of my jaws to make it smaller. So what I also, then I had I shaved my Adam's apple a little bit, but it was fine. I didn't have such a big one. It was just a tiny bit. This is what I told you. A lot of things which I didn't need it. I just did it because other transsexual did it, and I was thinking at this time I need that too. But actually I didn't need it, but I just did it. So yeah, and what did I also do? Yeah, then of course I had my I had two breast augmentations, and the first one was okay, but they was a little bit too small because I have wide shoulders, and the implants was too small for my body. So I never had a nice, décolleté. I don't know the English word. So I decided to make a second surgery in 2 years ago, and I must tell you, I'm still not happy with my breasts. Now I have another problem. Now they are too big for me, and this is the only surgery I want to do, is to remove the implants and to change the implant size, to have smaller implants, which have the same wideness, but they're smaller or have less profile, because the mistake I made, I chose high profile implants, and this wasn't a good idea, because I have, like I told you in my opinion, I have wide shoulders, and that makes me even more wider. So I'm really unhappy with that, and I hope that I find a TV channel who would like to follow my story again, to have my last surgery, to have smaller implants. I don't know what was in my mind at this time, but I'm really unhappy with that, because it looks really big sometimes, and I didn't like that. Of course I want to have boobs, but not so big boobs. So I hope I can change it as soon as possible, but this is the only surgery I want to have, nothing more. Yeah, so then I had a tiny liposuction on my stomach, because I wanted to make a fat transfer into my butt and hips, but actually it didn't work so well. The only thing I had after this were dents on my stomach, on my stomach, and I had to fill this dents also with the microtoplet silicone injection method. And yeah, then I have butt implants. I always wanted to have a JLo butt, Kim Kardashian butt, and I'm still not so happy with my buttock. I would like to have even more, but it's very difficult to find. There are people out who do butt injections, but I know that they don't use medical grade silicone. They use a lot of times, substances called PMMA or Metacril. They tell the people it's silicone, but it isn't. So I'm afraid of doing it, but I must tell you, I would like to do it. But I think it's the best way to not do it, just for my health. And yeah, so actually that's it. That's all the procedures I've done. And like I told you before, I just want to tell you, you asked me about what I did. So this is just an honest video where I tell you the truth. But I just want to tell you, I don't want to give you, bad ideas. You don't have to do it. It's just what I did, and this is my life, and I have to live with the consequences. And you should always go the safest way. And for me especially, I think that the safest way is injections now, like silicone, medical grade silicone injections are for me now even more safe than a surgery. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you.